Welcome to Biz Alchemy, a podcast about creating a new business paradigm by women, for women. I'm your alchemical host, Jacquelyn, and I'm going to take you on an extraordinary adventure to create a business filled with ease, fun, spaciousness, and abundance. Hustle, be gone. Let's birth a new way. Welcome back. Today's podcast is not what it was going to be. This happens sometimes. I went for a beach walk, which I like to do before I record the podcast, because I get clarity on what it is I want to talk about, and I often get some new ideas and some inspiration when I'm walking. I find if I don't get that walk in before a podcast, it actually takes a lot more effort for me to create the podcast. So anyway, off I go this morning. It was overcast, grey, a bit windy. It wasn't really inviting, but my heart really yearned for the beach, and it was so beautiful because there was hardly anyone on there. I saw 2 people the whole time. So it was very special, very moody, and lots of wildlife around, and I just felt really connected to Mother Nature. So off I went. I already had the idea for this week's podcast, which wasn't, do you have a business of light? Instead, it was, it's not about the numbers. That's what I was going to talk about today. And I've had that wafting around in my mind for the last few days. And I already knew vaguely what I wanted to chat about. And so I go and walk on the beach. And as I'm heading one direction in towards Byron, I was walking towards the lighthouse. And as I was heading in that direction, I was allowing the information to come through about what I wanted to talk about with regards to, looking at the numbers in your business and the energetic perspective of that. And then I turned around. I could see a whale spray. And so I stopped to look out at the whales because there's not so many around anymore. Most of them have gone further south. Then I watched the spray for a little bit. There wasn't too much movement out of the water. So I turned around and started to head back. And I thought about the fact, it just passed through me, this knowing that I've had the last couple of weeks in particular, that something is changing in what I bring through. And it feels to be something around this new world that we are creating. We are in the middle of a very painful purge right now. And it's very challenging. I had a really tough day yesterday with the energies of constriction, control, brainwashing. I was really struggling with the limitation of it all. And a part of me just wanted to push out and expand and shift this density. And I realized that this happens for me when there is a breakthrough coming. It's that breakdown before the breakthrough. So anyway, as I turned around on the beach and started to walk and think about this, the image of a close member of my family and their partner came to me, and I felt the urge to do some energy work with them, just to support them in removing a substance that's in their body. And as I was picturing them and doing the energy work that I could see that they needed to help bring a flow and a clearing to their physical body, I just began to speak light language. And I suddenly went, oh, okay, well, that's much easier than me having to focus and focus on the color and look at what I'm doing. It was actually much easier just to speak the light language. And it just flowed through me. And as I allowed it through me, I could see clairvoyantly the shift that was having in their energy. And I thought, this is much easier. Why don't I just do this more often? It's just so much simpler than really focusing. And then I realized it's because the reason I don't do it is because I don't really know where the light language is coming from. I understand it's a vibration, and it's a high vibration. It's a higher vibration than what I'm able to speak. And sound is a very powerful way to move energy. But because I don't know where it comes from, I don't know whether that language is connected to another star system? Or, is it just something from my soul? Is it, I don't know. And I could make up stories about it. I could say, because I can speak, there's so many different light languages flow through me. And then my brain goes, oh, where's that one from? Why is that important right now? This knowing we have to have, which is actually bullshit. Like we don't need to know. We do not need to know. We just have to trust. So I watch myself try and analyze, wow, maybe it's time for me to be sharing more light language because this is really powerful and maybe this can really help with what's going on the planet right now. And strangely enough, a couple of months ago, maybe more, set up a page for my website just with some light language recordings for sale, just for a very small amount. And I still have a last couple of things to do before it can be published live. It has sat there in my to-do list in Asana, and I just keep changing the date of when I want it done by. And yet suddenly this dropped in today, it's time to bring that language through. And when I saw the powerful effect, saw clairvoyantly, the powerful effect it had when I used it as I was walking on the beach, I realized that there is such a level of trust here for me. I don't necessarily know what it's doing, how it does it, where it comes from. I can feel myself crying as I'm saying this. The tears are building. But I know it's a gift I have. It comes through so easily. And it's always a different energy, a different vibration, depending on how I'm using it. And I've been asking... I have been asking the universe, but also being aware, as I said, that something's changing for me in my business. And I don't want to change what I'm sharing in terms of business. I love working with female entrepreneurs and their businesses. I love it so much. And I feel like maybe this is the change. And I don't know how it looks other than maybe it's just time for me to bring more of this through. So after doing that little healing as I was walking, I suddenly went, this is what I have to talk about today, because our businesses are shifting. Our businesses are going through a metamorphosis. And maybe you, like me, feel that something is shifting within you, which will reflect in your business, or maybe you sense there is a new path for your business. There's something different coming in. And this is because with this purge we are currently having on the planet, who knows how long it's going to go on for, but it is a purge. And on the other side of this purge, we will be residing within a different frequency. And if you are listening to this podcast, chances are you do have a business of light. And by that, what I mean is you have a business that is adapting to this new frequency. It is preparing itself, because on the other side of this, we are going to live in a world that looks very different. Businesses operating in that world will look very different. In fact, look probably isn't the right word. Feel. They will feel. The frequency of their vibration will be unlike anything we experience right now. And it just dropped in my head as I was walking, the phrase businesses of light. Now, I don't know, my head sort of went, nah. But that's what dropped in. And so I thought that's what I'm just going to use for the purpose of today's podcast. So just before I came on to start recording, I had a little giggle to myself because here I was going to talk about, it's not about the numbers, which is my very grounded Taurian part of me that likes to keep what I do, which can be very woo, and bring it down and ground it. Then today, my Piscean ascendant surged up and went, no, we are going to talk about businesses of light and light language today. So My Piscean aspect won. No, I won't say that. The polarity just swung towards my Piscean aspect today. But I'll keep it as grounded as I can. So my Taurian aspect is satiated as well. Anyway, as I pondered the business of light concept, something that came to me, which is very real for me today. I live in New South Wales, and as of today, we've become a segregated state. Those who are choosing not to have a certain procedure done are remaining on stay-at-home, in a stay-at-home situation. The freedoms are being taken away. Those who've had it done are free to go to most places. Well, it's a limited freedom, but there's a freedom. This is not about a choice of whether you're having something done or not. What you choose to do to your body is your choice. You're an autonomous being. It's the segregation that just breaks my heart. It's really interesting watching businesses respond to that. It's a difficult choice for businesses to make at the moment. It's the businesses who actually have to police that. And there are certain businesses that I've seen around online and locally who are choosing not to segregate, but the risk of that is a fine, or they're choosing to stay closed until the date of December 1st, which is apparently when everything opens up again. But businesses are choosing to not open. They do not want to discriminate. So those businesses really are, they're in integrity in terms of their values. That's what's driving that decision. They're going to be losing or potentially losing money from that choice, but that is in alignment with their values. And I completely understand businesses that are choosing to open if they've been shut for months, and I understand that. But I was thinking about these businesses that are making this choice, and I thought they are businesses of light. They are not looking at what is happening today. Their business is an expansion of their vibration, of their values, of what's true for them, of the world that they actually want to live in. And so they are compromising short-term gain for the collective, for unity. And that touches me deeply. That touches me deeply. If you're listening to this podcast, if you even felt to click on this particular episode, of course, you do have a business of light. And what I mean by that is that you are using your gifts to serve others, to serve the collective, to help people shift their vibration, move more into who they are. And I don't mean it has to be a service-based business, because businesses that create certain products, those products can still bring joy to people. And joy helps people move more into who they are. Joy is a reflection that they are being who they are. But your business is here to reflect truth, to emanate truth, to bring you more into your truth. And this is so much of what I talk about in all episodes of this podcast. I'm feeling really teary today. This is big because I actually haven't had time to process. I'm processing this as I'm talking because, the beach is 2 minutes drive from my house, and I just sort of came straight back, pulled up, got in, plugged in my mic and started talking. No, that's not true. I just sat at my little meditation table and lit a candle for like 2 minutes and then went, I've just got to start. So and then I started. So I haven't had time to process this. I haven't really even had time to think about what I'm wanting to share with you. I'm just rambling a little, but I'm trusting that the energy that is coming through is exactly what you need. And if you are choosing to listen to this, this is perfect for you. And I also realized in that couple of minutes meditation that so much of what I've been talking about with the new business paradigm over the last 12 to 18 months, this is the new business paradigm. This is about supporting these businesses of light, these businesses that are transitioning into this new earth that we will find ourselves in, hopefully sooner rather than later. But gosh, there's a big purge going on. There's a lot to be released before that can be embodied on the earth. And We are learning to sit and be patient within that and stay true to ourselves and true to our businesses and our expression of ourselves through our businesses. So, what I would like to do to finish off, I'm not even really sure what I've shared. I think this is not so much about giving you information to satiate, I'm going to use that word again, your mind, but this is an activation. The words I've been saying are to bring an activation to you. So now I'm going to continue that activation through light language. This is an activation for you, for your energy, but also the energy of your business. And it's to help release the ties to any denser vibrations that are holding your business back in the old way. It's gone. And this is to help prepare your business or your business's transition through to the new energetic of Earth. So close your eyes, call in your business so it's with you energetically, and allow this vibration to move through your energy body and your business's energy body. As I'm saying that, what I'm seeing is, as I speak this vibration of the light language, not what I'm saying right now, as I speak this vibration, I can just see cords dropping off your energy body and your business's energy body, cords to an old way of being in business, an old way of operating in the world, both for you and your business, and the cords that tie it to an old model that was actually based on control. Okay, I can feel myself pulling out of my body a little bit now, so I'm going to start. Tikione delemedo de nemata kestono to delekistonio te keapata klestonio te. Niquilino to delemeda kistonio te cleoto to yanna, wenya clito tapate petitionity clistone de dea. Hakio kestona de menbedia peticuistine deleno toto, equalino to keakistono ta heo listin. Oh, Christono da de bedelo matakisto. Ni anaki o cappuccino da bedeblo de pakisto. Niki anaki, nyoki hostonate. Oh, Kistonia te. Aina calino tapadania de kilo note. Hayanaka, washtenio te kia yanaki. Nu de kilino to da belito jada Kiston da tapeti Christon the didi. New kilino te carpetino metti college nanata. New kistonete I anakilito to de yanata. Ni quashtenio te lino to tapejan da clito to yakito to tushtin to kilito da dino. Nutu de clino the element the gelstono there, Kiston the tekerdino, tapito kitana. Nyote kila da takianata. Why anakilistono te tapetio de elementi. Wakistonyata. Hai anapaya nakai. Anataya nashte. Kianaya to. Hatusto. Ayanakaya. Alea. Ata. Hoka. Ushtaya. Hani aleo neaka tikwa yanta. And imagine all those cords dropping away, freeing you, freeing your business from a way that's been holding you back, and it's no longer serving you. Now is the time to step fully into your service. However that looks, you do not need to know. But keep an eye out for the signs. They will come in the most unexpected way, just like this one did for me on the beach this morning. As I say that, the kookaburras started laughing, as a reminder to keep it light as well. This doesn't have to be a big, serious thing. Lightness is a part of being a business of light. Sending much love to you. Together, let's bring unity and joy to this amazing planet of ours. Until next week, have an alchemical week in your biz. Thanks for listening to Biz Alchemy. I'm Jacquelyn Atkins. If you'd love to know more about the energy of business, subscribe to my newsletter at jacquelynatkins.com/newsletter and join me on Insight Timer, where I have a large meditation library and do regular live classes. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your biz.